What is going on, everybody? So it has been probably about a week since my last video. Sorry, I had to tell my dog not to jump off the bed so my camera doesn't shake off. And I told you guys that once I get my second haul in of Coastal Scents and a few more items, I would do a second part for you. So the few more items are a few goodies that I picked up last week that I could not help myself, and all the other stuff will be Coastal Scents. So I just wanted to do another review for you guys on my second haul. The first thing that I wanted to go over that I have fallen in love with on Coastal Scents is they have this African black soap. Okay, it is amazing. I accidentally purchased two, so one is already unwrapped and it is already in my shower. This one though is what it looks like. It's a huge block. Can you see that? I mean, it's huge. It'll probably last me like 6 months. So what I do is I wet mine and I just take a clump off of it. It doesn't mean you have to do the same thing as me. I just do that so I'm not getting any other areas bacteria wise, just because I think that's really unsanitary. And let me explain how I got two. So on my haul, I bought this with one of them. Okay, shea butter. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Can you see that? It's really awesome. It comes really condensed, so you just want to take a little bit out. I use a spoon, so again, I'm not taking the bacteria from my fingers. And see, kind of already jumped in there. And just leave it in your hands to kind of warm it up, and then I put it on my body. I don't use it for face, obviously, but it's 100% condensed shea butter, and this stuff is awesome. But I thought that one of them was going to be shea butter, and the other one was going to be cream of some type of other that I purchased. Well, I accidentally got the purchase of, instead of two creams, one had African soap with the butter, and then I had already separately purchased the African black soap. So I got two in, which is fine, because I do like this a lot. I like this a lot because of the fact that it's going to last you a long time, but I've already noticed that my skin has started to really take well to this. It's more moisturized. I have scarring on my back from just back in the day, and it's actually really helped that. So I'm gonna guess it is this, since that's the only thing that I changed on my beauty routine that would have to do with my back. So I'm gonna guess that's what that is. But this stuff is just, I can't praise it enough. I really like it. It's only like 10 bucks, and the best part about all this is it supports women in Uganda. So if you haven't checked it out, go to Coastal Scents, and pretty much it's helping support women in Uganda for money and job purposes. So it really is awesome, because there's a lot of countries that, unlike here in the States, where if you're a woman, you can't get the same job opportunity. So the fact that this is helping women, and it's supporting beauty, it's supporting women, and it's for a great cause, I highly recommend picking up one if you go to their online at coastalscents.com. So double points for that. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed the shea butter, so this was awesome. Another thing that I got in that I really like, and I'm going to rave about, is this Step 1 eye primer. And the reason I'm going to rave about it is because I have really sensitive eyes. My eyes water all the time. I've gone to several eye doctors, and they just tell me that I just have over producing water or tear ducts in my eyes. So that really stinks, because I get a lot of creasing. I get a lot of wearage on my makeup, where my eyes underneath will water and wipe off all the makeup and start to come down. So that's very annoying. But I did try, before I bought this, I tried the Urban Decay primer, because so many people rave about it. And again, no product may be for you. What I may like, you may hate. What somebody else may love or hate, you may like or hate. I don't hate the Urban Decay primer, but for the money that I spent on it, it did nothing for me. I was really disappointed. I thought, well, maybe it's just me the fact that all these other people rave about it and they say how awesome it is. But for me, it did nothing. This primer, on the other hand, has done all of the above that I have heard from Urban Decay. Now, I have heard that this is a dupe for Urban Decay, and it has almost the exact same ingredients. A few things are a little bit different, but this cost me like $5. Urban Decay's primer cost me about $25, and besides the money difference, the primer on this one holds up so much better for me. It comes in just one color, so it is a tan color. Let me let you see. Yeah, see that? So it's like tan colored, okay, flesh colored. But I'm gonna show you guys. It rubs on really smooth. So it's really thin, and it dries really fast. Okay, it doesn't have any shimmer, properties. I know some of the Urban Decays do. But for me, this dried fast. It holds my makeup, even when my eyes water, so I don't get the creasing. I used to all the time get where my eyes would water and the color would bleed around my eye. So I'd have like this really pretty color on one side, and the other side just looks like I took my finger and smeared it. This makes that pretty much go away, so that's awesome. Even like right now, my eyes are watering like crazy, and as you can see, so far they're holding up really well. So that is awesome. Again, I really like this. So if you are having problems with the Urban Decay eye primer, the primer potion that they have that everybody raves about, I would try this by Coastal Scents because I had a lot of problems. And so far, this is the only thing that has worked for me. You'll have to excuse me, I have a cold right now, so sorry. Okay, the other thing I bought from Coastal Scents, which I'm going to compare two primers. I have both, and I both really like. So if this doesn't work for you, maybe this other one will. So I bought the beginner primer from Coastal Scents. Can you guys see that? See, let's see if it'll focus. The beginning primer, Coastal Scents. So it is very creamy, a little bit thick, which is fine. It is like my other primer that I'm in love with, which is the Primetime for Original, okay, from Bare Minerals. These two primers are the only ones that I've ever used that I really enjoy and that help my makeup wear and stay on. So far, the beginner primer from Coastal Scents is, to me, is like a dupe for the Primetime. A lot of people also say it's a dupe for Smashbox, which I have used. It was a little too oily for me, so I couldn't use Smashbox. Primetime from Bare Minerals has been the only other primer that I've been able to use that has held so well with my makeup and kept it on. So if you try Primetime from Bare Minerals and it doesn't work for you, you may want to try this Coastal Scents Beginner from their primer collection for the face, because so far it has worked just as well for me as Primetime. And maybe, if one doesn't work, the other will. So if Coastal Scents primer doesn't work for you, maybe you should try the Bare Minerals. Because it's not that expensive. The Primetime is probably $11. And I think I bought the Primetime from Bare Minerals. I bought for about $25. Okay, so the Primetime only has 30 milliliters, where the Beginner by Coastal Scents is also 30 milliliters. Okay, so they both have the same amount, but if you look, this looks a lot smaller than this. Okay, this looks like it doesn't have 30 milliliters. This does. So they definitely give you your money's worth in your product. So again, I really enjoy Coastal Scents, and so far, so I would highly, well, let me turn the bottle to you. I'd highly recommend this to try if you do like this, because you get your money's way more in the Coastal Scents than you do the Primetime. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys that I bought from Coastal Scents, I bought a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of stuff at once, and one of those, I'm like, I'm just going to buy it all at one time. So I bought their Eclipse palette. Okay, let me show you guys. So you can see that. So the Eclipse palette is pretty much to help correct any type of shade. So if you have red spots, if you have black under eyes, if you have yellow pigment, this is like a corrector. So they come in several different colors. And they also have in this, down here, they have several different colors if you want to do contouring, so that's pretty neat. I like the fact that they have a white, they have a blue, and, blue greenish color to help with like red pigmentation. See, there it goes, my eyes are starting to water. And there's several different other flesh tones, and then they get into the darker colors. So if you are a darker tone, this is nice because you can still use this for contouring. So this is, again, the Eclipse palette. I really enjoy them so far. Again, the only thing I wish they had was names in the back so that they named what color is what. So in case you're new or a beginner and you don't know what color is for what, such as the red would be used well with this little green color that they have right here. So like I have red pigment, okay, so this right here, that'd be good to correct your redness around your eyes, or if you have spots on your skin. So that's one thing I wish they had, is a name. Okay, so next thing for Coastal Scents is 252 color palette. I heard so many awesome things about this, and I love getting new colors in. I love to experiment on my eyes. The best colors so far that I love on my eyes are like mauve colors. Oh, sorry, I'm not crying. Are mauve colors and golds from Blue Eyes. I really enjoy that color, but because I do like to try all different colors, I decided to get the 252 palette. Why not? They're having a huge sale at that time, which was, I believe, 40% off everything. So everything I got was probably 50 bucks total with everything. So 5 items, 50 bucks. You can't really complain with that, especially how much you get for their product, okay? So this is what the palette looks like once you pull it out of the box. Okay. So then, once you open it, this is pretty cool. Once you open it, you have these little bitty tabs right here. Okay, so look how awesome all these colors are. These are all blues, it looks like. On this side, some browns, a little bit of greens. So what you do is every time you just pull that out, and you just keep going. So I thought that was pretty awesome, that you can get that much, and it keeps it condensed. So like for me, I like to keep my makeup in organizers, but this helps because everything's already in one area. I don't have to put all my eyeshadows in one box. It's already in a box contained for me, so that's awesome. I definitely give rave reviews on that. I don't know if you can see that, but there's all these reds in here and bright colors, and then the next one you've got more of like your pinks, your purples, a few greens, just a wide variety of colors. So you can't really complain for the price. I mean, I think I got this for like 14 bucks. It was awesome. So I definitely recommend this, especially if you're newer on palettes, or if you just want to experiment with some new colors, something different. I highly recommend this just because you can't really go wrong with a $14 palette that has 252 colors. So again, the only thing I wish they had was maybe in case you liked that one color, you could have that color's name, so you can buy a bigger one in a palette or in a little condensed container, because they sell kind of like how MAC has their pots. They sell those too, but if you don't know the color's name, how are you going to find it individually without guessing? So that's one thing I wish they had, was a color list on here, and maybe put a number by each color so you know what color you're using. So it's the only thing I recommend, but besides that, I love it. It's awesome. Can't be complaining. Okay, so the last two things, and then we're done. You don't have to listen to my long rant. Sorry, I like to make long videos. I'll finally condense it down one day. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the next thing I bought when I was on my little shopping spree is Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I do not have any type of setting spray. See that? Can you see that? Okay. So I went online. Sorry, I gotta move around. I went online because I had a gift certificate, and I thought, why not? You know, I hear so many people love the setting spray. It's supposed to, you know, after you're done with your makeup, and you're supposed to set it on your face, and it prevents any type of watering, or any makeup coming off, like if you sweat or anything like that. And as I said earlier, my eyes water like crazy, so I needed something that if I set my makeup and my eyes start watering, I'm not going to have lines going down my face from the tears that come out. So I tried this, and I love it. I think I bought it for $32, but I'm going to explain why I bought the $32 one. They have a travel size one. And here you go. It's travel size. This is the big size, okay? Okay, so travel size, big size. I bought these together, and the reason why was because for this alone is $30, okay? On their online at urbandecay.com, they have both of these together for $32. This by itself is $14. Make sense? Okay, thanks. So if you bought them separately, you're going to pay like almost $45. Together, you're pretty much buying this and getting this for free. So instead of going to the store like Ulta or Sephora, I would recommend going online, because a lot of times there's stuff that you may not find in the store that they sell online. Also, a lot of times, like if you hesitate to check out, they'll give you an extra code, like 10% off or something, just because you're technically hesitating and they want you to buy it. Okay, so that's another big thing, is when you check out, wait a little bit. Like go to the checkout area, but wait, 3 or 4 minutes, and sometimes it'll say, if you act like you're going to go back to shop instead of just purchasing, it'll give you a discount code because it wants you to purchase and not leave its site, okay? So that's a big thing. So make sure you look for that when you're checking out. The last thing that I have for you guys, which I just recently bought, if you know me, which you don't, so I'm going to explain this. I am a huge bargain hunter. I don't just buy random things. It takes me a while. I have to hear other reviews. I have to hear other reviews. And I also have to kind of look around and see if there's anything better, like dupes or price-wise, before I just run out and buy something. Okay, I'm not a huge spender on huge items from huge corporate companies like MAC and Estee Lauder. I used to be that person, and I learned that I can find just as good stuff for cheaper prices than buying it in their store. However, I do buy certain products from companies because they do have rave reviews. And one of these is the Longwear Paint Pot by MAC. I wanted something to set my makeup before I put it on, and I wanted something flesh colored. And everybody told me about Painterly. That's what I believe it's called. Hold on, let me check. Yep, Painterly. That's the color. Let's see that. There we go. There we go. Finally focused. It is flesh toned, okay, and so far, I love it. It's really creamy. It definitely sets my makeup, and it helps bring out the colors. I know primer's already supposed to do that, but putting this on helps the colors grab onto your eyelid. Okay, so this is the color. You see that? Okay, it's like a flesh tone color, no big deal, but I have never bought MAC products. Only reason why is because everybody raves about MAC and how awesome it is, but I've had certain times where I've gone into the store and I just felt like nobody was there to help me or help me pick out things, so I just didn't like the customer service. And I'm one of those that I feel like my money should go to a company that really goes out of its way for its consumers, and I felt like MAC wasn't like that, so I kind of stayed away from them. However, after reading rave reviews, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy it online. I did. It's about 21 bucks, and it was worth it. So if you're like me, and you're kind of one of those that you don't give your money away that easily, unless it's to a company that really gets a great customer service and rave reviews, and then, I would recommend shopping online. That way you don't have to worry about customer service as far as in the store. Online, I had no problems, okay? But again, always do your research before you buy products. And so far, this MAC Painterly, it was well worth it. I will probably buy more products of their pot paints from MAC just because I was so happy with this one. And I'll start using MAC products just because of the fact that I shouldn't let my few experiences in their store prevent me from buying their products that are well worth it. So if you guys have any other questions, or if you've had any other experiences with certain companies that you recommend or don't recommend, more than welcome to leave some comments below. But that is my haul so far. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon and talking to you soon. So have a good day.